There we go. There we go. Guys, my voice completely jacked. I sound like a serial killer right now. So give me a second as I move things around and try to make them happen. It is absolutely terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Hey, click here, dude. There we go. All right. Anyway, Q&A time. If you got Q's, cue them so I can A them. In the meantime, I will, I need to make a proper cuppa because my voice is jacked. I sound like a serial killer. Today's special, Stephen Smith Tea Maker. If you ever been to Portland and go to the Stephen Smith Tea Shop, off the chain. Definitely off the chain. Let me wake up the old Obsbot over here. Come on, girl. Wake your butt up. All right, so Steven. Who the f is Steven? Stephen Smith Tea Maker, blend number 79. This is called Ginger Rising. Melvin, my dude, what is up? Did you get an opportunity, Melvin, to... Sorry, people. I don't mean to do that. It's going to happen a couple of times a day, so I apologize for your ears in advance. And Paul Sr. is drinking water. Hell has froze over. I thought my office was cold, but he's drinking water and not beer. So hell has definitely froze over. Anyway, did you get a chance to do what we talked about in your class yet? I'm super curious if you had an opportunity to implement any of that stuff. Melvin and I had a good conversation the other day about teaching and using eCam in general, because that's what we talk about, but, using tech in general when it comes to teaching and using some Gen AI stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool. You know what? Worthy, let me explain something to you, bruh. Not now. But I have us pegged for third. Everybody has us pegged for fourth or second. I have us pegged for third. You guys aren't going to catch Arsenal. I hope this is so hard because I can't stand either one of y'all. But as long as, okay, so here's my order of hatred. Liverpool, number 1. Fuck those dudes. Leeds, number 2. Fuck those dudes. We ain't worried about them. Then it becomes City, and then Arsenal. So, yeah, unfortunately, the Gunners never can do it. The Gunners suck. So there's that conversation. I'm waiting for them to just throw it all away. But yeah, there you go. Definitely Liverpool and Leeds could eat turkeys. And then after that would be City. And then Arsenal. All right, sorry. Paul, as a proper Brit, is there a number of bounces to the tea bag, or you just put it in and leave it there? What the hell kind of Brit? Oh, it's because you only drink beer. How long do you brew a beer bag? Man, where's the rest of my Brits at? This dude say he don't even drink tea. Actually, I love tea. I think I always liked tea, but, I grew up with my grandma drinking Lipton. So that's what I thought tea was, which is really stupid. When I went to Japan and I got to experience real tea, then I fell in love with tea. Louise said it's 3 bounces. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Turkish tea is good. My sister lived in Turkey for like 8 years, so I've had Turkish tea. And I like, you pour the long pour. Also like tea made in a samovar. And Aubrey, if you're going to do that, turn off the Obsbot automatically zoom into my face. You're making me jealous. You're making Paul jealous, too. You don't have to hide the camera. We know what you do. Anyway, this is super cool, gang. I'm glad to be here. I'm sorry my voice is terrible. Yes, Roy, I love me some Earl Grey. It's one of my favorites. Yolanda is in the cut, you guys. See, let me tell y'all about Yolanda. She's one of my best friends, and I love her to death. She is amazing. But football season over, so now she come hang out with us. We ain't seen hide nor head tail of her since August in the preseason. And as soon as the first kickoff, heads or tails? Oh, we'll take tails. All right, we defer to the second period. Where Yolanda? I don't know. Next week, where Yolanda? I don't know. Now football season over, she pop up in the chat like, "Hey guys, long time no see." This is how our friends treat us, right, Gretchen? Right? Yolanda, you lucky you can't see the look on Gretchen's face. Somebody text. Oh, I was all about the Seahawks last week. That was congratulations. Oh my God. I hate the Patriots with a passion, so you know that, right? No, I didn't watch it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, the population of Seattle is only like eight something. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's crazy. Hey, somebody text Yolanda the link to the back room so she can come hang out. Hello, Ate MC. Good to see you guys. Oh, you know what? I do not like licorice at all, Gretchen, but I have had licorice tea and it is pretty good. All right, so I thought I did see a question. Oh no, that was Steve. Let me see if there. Somebody had to have the first question. If not, I did get one in the chat, and I haven't pulled it down. Okay, Paul, I just downloaded Audio Pen Beta like right before we started. I downloaded it, and then I was right. I realized my voice was jacked, so I had to put hot water in the kettle thing, and then I came downstairs. So I haven't even launched it yet. Huh? All right, here. You guys can't hear them talking because I didn't press the button yet. Hold on. Let me add that. All right. So yeah, I would definitely get that started. But I had a chat that came in on a YouTube question, and I'm going to just answer that real quick in case you guys can hear. Gretchen, you can text Yolanda the room number, or Paul Duncan. If you don't have the number, do it through Discord. You can just ping her in Discord. So this question came in, which I thought was an actually brilliant question, and I it's weird, man. Here's a problem with our YouTube that we have. People like to tell people stuff with full chest, like they have a clue, and it's kind of unfortunate because if you tell somebody something like that, it makes sense. And then depending on who it came from, it can spread around the internet and, be real, but it's not. So I'm gonna give you the basis of the question. I don't know if I can find the exact one, but somebody wanted to know if you could NDI a camera from over a different location. You know what I mean? So let's put it this way. Imagine I wanted to bring in Paul's Obsbot from the UK into my studio. And somebody told him that that was impossible because all of the NDI cameras have to be over the same Wi Fi. Now, anybody in the chat want to tell me what the F does the N stand for in NDI? Yeah, you can unmute because they heard you when he muted. You said it, but you mute yourself.
Network?
Exactly. Paul said network. Paul is in the back over here. It's network. Network don't mean Wi-Fi, folios. As a matter of fact, NDI works better when you eliminate the Wi-Fi. If you plug in the cable, I got my extra cable just chilling right here. I had it pulled out long. By the way, if you haven't done so, upgrade all your cable to the super skinnies. Much more manageable, much less likely to get tangled up, and just all around great. This particular one here doesn't have it. Some of the newer cables on the end, they have a little bump right here on either side. It's like a plastic bump. It looks like two little wings, like almost as if they had fingers. And what that is for is, when you go to pull this through your cables, it always gets snagged by the little clip. So some of the newer ones have a little anti-snag bump right here, or you got the ones with the jacket. Anyway, the reason why these extra skinny cables are dope is you could put a proper bend into them and it'll stay that way. Right? And the other thing is you could put a proper bend into it this way and it kind of wants to stay that way. You got to bend it harder, but it'll stay that way. So these new skinny cables, definitely a thing. Look, we got somebody in here who's an absolute genius. Yeah, I'm bald. And guarantee I'll put cash money on the fact that, yes, I am bald, but like 300 times smarter than you. So let's take that. Let's take that. I'm willing to do Mensa, and I'll put like 10 grand on it. How about that? And the reason why I can win that bet, because if you're dumb enough to say something like, oh, he's bald, like, half the population isn't, then you definitely can't win this Mensa test against me. So I'll put 10 grand up. Cash. I got it. Let's go. Stupid. Normally, I like to use your mom's special sauce. How about that? Thank you, Gretchen. Appreciate you. Paul's enjoying that. Paul's enjoying that. Hey, Lisa, what is up? Lisa's like, why did they get him started on a Saturday when he's not feeling good? Oh, my God. Yo, Lisa, I like to know, how is the stocks market? Get it? That was a joke. Anyway, so it was a really good question. And the person wanted to know, can you use NDI over, a distance? And the secret to that setup would be, and I'll probably make a video to explain it to this person. The secret to that setup would be to use a VPN. A VPN isn't just for masking your porn searches. A VPN is known as a virtual private network. So for instance, if Paul and I shared a business together and he needed to be able to tap into the Honolulu office from the UK office, you guys do this all the time. You don't know it, but there's many tools that you use where the VPN basically brings you into those people's networks so that you can do some things. As a matter of fact, we're kind of doing it with Zoom, right? The connection that allows me to see Paul in Palo Alto and Paul in the UK and Gretchen in the forest and Aubrey in Atlanta is sort of like a VPN. So in the Zoom call, we're on the same network, right? So what would happen is you would make a network called cameras in your office, and then you would send somebody the VPN details, which is going to tunnel into your router. And when they're connected to that network over the VPN, you're on the exact same network. And so, yeah, it's really funny that somebody said it has to be on the same Wi-Fi when we all get traffic cameras every day, right? Vertical definitely brings out the trolls. And Paul's drunk, Rich. That's what happened. I think Paul is drunk, or he just ain't seen it. I just seen it quickly. I don't know why people come in and say dumb stuff. I had another comment which maybe got deleted, or I can't find it, or maybe I swiped it away when I was partaking into the vegetables. Oh yeah, weird. Yeah, Rich, that is a Glenn thing, and supposedly we're going to get the update on Monday. Rich said that the icon is showing up as vertical on both streams. So I think Glenn has a fix for that coming Monday. Paul, what are you eating? Well, I said that while he put something in his mouth, like the waitress. Hey, how's the food? Anyway, so the thing that's really cool is like if you think about a traffic camera, they're all on the DOT network or the Department of Transportation, or as Emma says it when she was younger, the Department of Transervation. Because I live nearby the DOT, and every time she would call, Uncle, we're almost at your house. Okay, where you guys at? We're at the Department of Transervation. She was like 5. I was like, what the heck is the Department of Transervation? Aubrey, don't cough yourself to death. So that's how they work. Like somebody is sitting in a network center at the DOT, and they're monitoring. I went moderator because I seen Paul's name. Anyway, they're monitoring the traffic cams from all across your city from that particular location. So yeah, it absolutely works. Like that is how, dude, how do we get freaking pictures from space, people? Like why would somebody tell this poor person that? It's, oh my God, it's so dumb. It drives me crazy. And they probably said it with a level of confidence. Anyway, so the other crazy comment, I don't know what happened to the rest of it. I've been trying to find it. Somebody came on one of the videos that I did, and it was probably a video about, when I was doing my Final Cut and DaVinci series. And the person put into the comment that Final Cut is useless, ... And then I didn't get a chance to read the rest of it because when I tried to get it, sometimes when you open the comment from the lock screen on your phone, YouTube doesn't take you to that exact video. If YouTube thinks you were playing something prior or whatever, sometimes it drops it, and I can't find it now, but I'll find it. Anyway, that comment was absolutely hilarious to me. And, I don't know what it is where people feel the need to just make the kind of statements that can't possibly be true. Because even if I don't like Premiere, and it's not that I have a hatred for it, I just don't like it. It doesn't work the way my brain works. I love DaVinci, I love Final Cut. And in the video, I was like, what I found, this is why I don't like doing comparison videos. I really don't, because it really does bring out the freaking absolute donkeys. But I think I said in the video, although I really love DaVinci right now, I would probably continue to use Final Cut the most because I can fly in Final Cut. I can run Final Cut with my eyes closed. I open DaVinci still like 2 or 3 times a week so that I can keep the skills up. And there's a new version that just dropped out. So I'm, catching up on some of the new stuff there. But the comment like Final Cut is useless because ... Useless. I would say probably more than 30% of the videos posted on YouTube right now are edited in Final Cut. I would probably say another 30%, maybe 40% is Premiere, and then like 10% is DaVinci. So how you gonna call an app useless when millions of videos every day get posted to freaking YouTube, posted on your local TV station, even on Netflix, edited in Final Cut? iMovie's useless. I'm joking. That was just for Gretchen. But it's like, it's just really crazy, bro. It's crazy. And to Gretchen's point, oh my God, Gretchen and I spend a lot of time hanging out with Brandon and the boys. And the fact that these guys are so hung up sometimes on cameras. Even Brandon would tell you, he said this all the time. At today's point in time, you can't walk into a camera store and buy a bad camera. Like, you just can't. Now, you go to Amazon and you buy the Aubrey Robinson digital, like 2 megapixels, that could be a problem. But if you're coming out of any of the top 10 brands, they're all good today, especially for this. What we're doing right here on YouTube, they're all good. So whether you're shooting on something tiny, like, a little OBSBot like this, or, the little yellow cam over here, or using your Sony, your Canon, your Fuji, your Nikon, your Panasonic, Blackmagic, iPhone, Android, whatever. Every single camera that you can buy right now, except for some really crazy off-the-wall brands, will be perfectly fine for shooting YouTube content. And the fact that people will come in and just make these broad blanket statements, which don't make no sense whatsoever, is like, I'm just looking to rile somebody up. And it might not be you, right? Because like I could really care less about the comment, but it's more when my talking about it is more about what is the state of things right now where people feel that that's adding any value to the conversation. Like even that dude that I just kicked out, what is the point of coming up and telling somebody who's had the same haircut for 25 years, oh, you're bald? No shit, Sherlock. And guess what? It's by choice. I can actually grow hair. I just like this because I don't got to do shit. I'm lazy. I have better things I'd rather spend my time on. And the time I used to get up and do my fro, I could roll 7 joints for the day. Yolanda's like, he back. Oh, Yolanda's like, he back. I don't have to do those either, Yolanda. They sell pre-rolls now. Wait, watch Luis in the chat after I said that. No, it's just funny, bro. Like the things that people, I don't know, like why wake up in the morning and try to go F with other people? I just don't get it. It's kind of crazy. Like there's so much dope stuff that we could be doing. Hi, Yolanda. Hi. Yeah, it is so much dope stuff that one could be doing right now. And it's like, oh, I want to go to the chat and try to like bother people. Listen, thank you. This is exactly what I said. Matter of fact, let me tell you when I did this. I can tell you exactly when I did this. I lost a bet. And I'm going to tell you how long ago this was. Pittsburgh versus Dallas last Super Bowl. I had really long hair all the way down to the top of my jeans. And I used to wear it in either a really long booyah braid or just like one fat braid, or I would, have it braided out. This is before braids became hella popular. 1996 was when Dallas beat Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl. And I had to shave my hair for that bet. And from that moment on, I went to, one guard. You know what I mean? Would like to put the smallest guard. After I went bald, when it started to grow back, I would put the one guard onto the shaver, and I would just shave one guard for like the longest time. And then about, I want to say 2006 or 2007, I was like, you know what? I ain't even got time to put the guard on. I just going to like scrub it bald. So, yeah, that's literally 20 years I've been rolling this haircut. And somebody's like, oh, I'm going to try to F with them and be like, oh, you're bald. Me and Paul could tell you, like, no shit, Sherlock. I woke up like this. Like, what is the point of that? Gretchen, you got red hair. Look at her face. Oh, she ready to fight. I was like, yo, she had the same hair for 70 years, you fucking idiot. What is that going to do to her? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Yolanda, you're black. She's like, yeah, I know. Imagine that. I've been having this same skin for 22 years. I got you, yo. Paul, you have a cat tail in your screen. Oh, you can't see it. I messed up. You can't see it. There's a cat tail and there he goes. It's like, bruh, like seriously, like why people? We got better things to do in this planet. And I know this is none of you guys, but I want you to take that level of trolling with the same, I want you to take it with the same dilly gaff that I do. Because every time we have a group session, which we had yesterday, Paul was there, somebody always brings up, oh, what about when people say dumb stuff in the comments? And yes, it can derail you, but don't let it, because that's all they want. I probably made that person's day by bringing it up. I should have just silently banned them, but I don't know. I get scrappy some days I ignore it, some days I say stuff back, you know? And I don't know. I just think it's funny. Like I used to spend time crafting a witty comeback. I laugh even more so. Mary Lou will make a whole video on it, which I think is funny. And I don't think that person is going to affect them. Like they're probably, naturally addicts. Their mama abandoned them. They haven't had a girlfriend in 20 years. Whatever causes them to feel that kind of angry is not going to go away because you said something to them. However, I think it's just good to point out how silly it is so that other people, when they get a silly comment, they can shake it off too, if that makes any sense. And it's super crazy that we have in our country people of prominent power who go around and attempt to actively troll people while they're trying to do their jobs. Never mind talking about the core of the situation. Even if you're trying to defend something that's wrong, there's a way to defend something that's wrong with a modicum of professionalism. But they just get a kick out of the attention they get from the idiots when they say crazy things, right? I was watching probably one of the most incredible displays of this week. Our AG went to go get, what is the word, disposed? Went to go get disposed by Congress. And every time somebody said something to her, she's like, well, how come you guys didn't bring it up 8 years ago? And that defense is dumb, especially as an attorney, because if Yolanda says, okay, Mr. Rock, why did you go into the Apple store and steal 25 computers? And I said, well, Miss Yolanda, 3 weeks ago, Paul stole 55 computers. She's going to be like, so? Paul ain't on trial, dick. You're on trial. Like, it just doesn't work, right? You can't say, I'm not guilty of this murder because Jack the Ripper killed 40 people. That Jack the Ripper defense doesn't work. We have grown, is it deposed? Is that right? Deposition deposed, right? Isn't that right? What's the right word, Yolanda? You can type it in the chat. Or you can just say it. Your mic can unmute. You are alive. Oh, no, she's not. My bad.
Deposed.
It is deposed. Okay. Y'all messing with me. I was just checking. Not disposed. That would be throwing her in the trash. But
That's
yeah,
what you said at first. You said disposed and it fit perfectly. I thought, oh, that would have been great.
Oh, I did?
Just
see,
throw her away.
That was a Freudian slip. Okay. Anyway, just the idea of using the Jack the Ripper defense is what I'm going to call it. It's just super ignorant, right? Like nobody knows what happened to JonBenet Ramsey, but if I was like, I did so and so and so because y'all ain't catch JonBenet Ramsey's criminal yet, the judge would be like, that dude been smoking that good joint. He from Hawaii. I would be locked up faster than, oh my God. It's just, I don't know. We're just in a weird spot. And I don't tend to pay too much attention right now because I've been really focused on my content. But it's just one of those things where if you can remind yourself that when you're in a situation where somebody comes and says something crazy to you, that person is probably not talking to you. And one of the most important things, Paul, when somebody says something to you and they say, well, I think the LG is better than the Samsung, you're an idiot because you're the Samsung guy. They're actually they're talking about the brand. They're not necessarily talking about you. You just happen to be the second part of that equation, and they don't have a more eloquent way of making that point. So they go to the, let me attack you. Their real problem is they think that Samsung is built better than LG. Their problem isn't you.
I'm very lucky. I don't get that much
Yeah, because you're
of
solving a different type of problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really, I've seen some of the comments that have popped up, and sometimes I think, why are people asking you dumb shit?
Well,
But you, know, you get
one
them, I
other
don't. For
thought.
some people, we
This is gonna be purely sexist, and I'm sorry, but let's just make it straight. One other thought is the person who makes the decision in a house on which appliances to get oftentimes is the female, and they're just not as nasty like that.
but it's 70% the blokes that are fixing them, so
No,
they're
the
the
guys
ones
are
that are
fixing it, but they're fixing it because their wife is going to kick their butt if they don't fix it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So they don't have those kind of like whole cloth idiotic opinions. I've never seen a girl go on. It's possible. I haven't seen it. So I'm not there looking because I don't have any. But I haven't seen a girl go, oh, the T3 hair curler is an absolute piece of shit. You should get the Conair. You just don't see it. Because that behavior is sort of incel behavior, and incel behavior is based around dudes, and most of that dude behavior comes from the type of crap that's being spouted in the manosphere. Like this is not old behavior. Like this wasn't really a thing on the internet a couple years ago. You'd have strong arguments, right? You'd have, well, Xbox is better than PlayStation, or PlayStation is better than Xbox. Or me and Steve Worthy, like I'm Manchester United, he's Man City. We would call ourselves all kind of effed up names, but there's no actual hatred in it. It's just, fan banter. But now people will call another human being trash over their decision to buy a thing. You bought a Shure microphone, oh, you're trash. Oh, you bought a Rode microphone? Oh, you're trash. I mean, they've gone to the level of attacking the individuals and not just standing on business. And I always say, you're allowed to have crazy takes on your things. The word fan is short for fanatic. So when Gretchen tries to tell me that the Seahawks are better than the Raiders, or I try to tell Yolanda that the Raiders are better than Baltimore Ravens, and I'm like, the hell with both of those birds. As a pirate, I'll just stab them with a sword and they're dead. But that conversation would never end because we are all fanatics of our team. This woman built an entire YouTube business around her favorite team.
Don't you find the people, though, who are really leaving the dumb comments or being nasty, when you do a little bit of research on them, they're quite lonely?
100%. They got no channel, they got no subscribers, they got no fans. And then sometimes you can see the type of videos they liked if they leave that public. And you can see they just like hatred-oriented stuff. So like I said in the very beginning, Pia, and you're 100% correct, that person is going through some things. And I used to feel bad for them, but now I don't feel bad for them because you don't have to take out your misery on somebody else. You can have a miserable day. I'm having a miserable week. I ain't taking it out on nobody. It's just my cross to bear, if you will. All right, I'm going to leave this.
Get that invited.
Aloha. New people. I like this. He has it. Leonardo DiCaprio. I was like trying to figure out what that thing is. Anyway. Yeah, they got no friends. Let me see what I was looking for. There she goes. K-Walk said, I've been using IG edits to do shorts. What's easier to use on the phone to layer scenes? I deleted CapCut, but I might bring it back. Honestly, when I have to, I avoid editing on my phone at all costs. When I have to edit on my phone, I've been using the Premiere app. And between edits and the Premiere app, they're pretty close for missing a bunch of things. They will both get better. Definitely not going back to CapCut. CapCut just had a 4-year head start. So it's going to take everybody else some time to catch up. But I think right now, the best editing on the phone is an absolute toss-up between, well, I won't say the best. The most efficient editing on the phone would be between edits and Premiere app. Gretchen raised the hand. Are you touching the light or are you raising the hand? Oh my God, she was fixing the overhead. I thought she was raising her hand.
No, since I added 2 more cameras to my setup, I forgot to turn off their microphones on them, so they keep jumping all over the place, and it's like,
Oh, because they're
whoa.
trying to follow your voice. Yeah. So that's a very
So
good question, Kat. That is a very good question because yeah, I do feel. Okay, so Adam made a video recently. I talk about Adam like he's my bestie, but I've been actually paying attention to a lot of his videos. He made a video recently because, again, people on the internet who just can't accept the fact that their content isn't good, and that's the reason why nobody's watching it, or they just might have a small audience. Your content might be flawless, but you might have a small audience. It happens. And they think that, well, if you don't edit with edits, Instagram will bury your video. Adam was like, nah, man, we don't do that. It doesn't make sense. They make their money the more people watch videos. You don't bury any videos. It's like if you owned a car dealership and you had a walled off building at the back and you put 50% of the cars inside the walled off building and you never let the door open, never turn the lights on, how are you going to sell those cars? Why people think that these platforms are burying their videos don't make no sense. They make money showing the video. The only reason why a video gets buried is you said something heinous, you stole somebody's work, that person pointed out that you stole their work. Half the time you steal somebody's work, they don't even know it until the person snitches. Other than that, they're going to show it. If you say something stupid, yes. If you do something that's not socially acceptable, yes. Even if you disagree with the person's content, if it doesn't pass certain social criteria, it still gets shown. It's crazy. The Dow is over 50,000. I don't know why Rich said that. Yo, 100%. 100%. 100%. Yeah, it's unfortunately that is true. But look who decided to join the class today. Look, I don't like edits. I gotta give it a chance. What is up, Cracker? It has been a minute, girl. How are you doing? Yeah, edits to me is okay. It's not. Okay, here's what it is. Edits is a nice step up from the original built-in Instagram editor. But it's still got so much more space to go. The one thing that's missing from edits, which I don't understand how they haven't called up my boy at Auphonic, why do they not have voice fixer? Ooh, let me check. I don't even know if Premiere has it yet. CapCut had it. It wasn't as good as Auphonic, but it was there. But let me check. It's been a minute since I've been in here. Speaking of NDI, let's do that. Let's NDI this phone. NDI. Boom. NDI A6 capture. Now, we're going to take this and make it 1 more second saucy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to this little gem. This is a Wavelink USB-C to Ethernet adapter. What's really sexy about the Wavelink is it actually has a PDN. That doesn't stand for Paul Duncan. It stands for power delivery. So, what you can do, take this baby and thwack it in here. Now you got a little hangy hang. And then we're going to take the iPhone 15 off. We're going to set it up on the table. I have a little magnet handle. Thwink it right here. Give it the lean back so I can do it without causing an issue to myself. If I do say so myself, then I'm going to lock this baby. Okay, now I'm going to take this little guy, and remember, I got the loosey-goosey, plug it in here. What's really cool about this adapter goes up to 5 gigabits per second. I have a 10 gig network in my office. because I'm stupid and I spent the grip to do it. However, don't do it if you don't have to. But I edit a lot remotely. So then I could take the charging wire out of the DJI and plug it into the power delivery. What this is going to do is allow my phone to charge. At the same time, it's using the NDI. And because it's wired, my NDI signal will be much more acute when I hit start capturing. And then I add the NDI device. Da, 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 da. There it is. Ooh, start. You got to press start, Doc. Okay, there it's spinning. There it is. So now there's my phone. But what we're going to do is bring the phone in as a camera. Bingo, bango, pickle, mango. All right, so now we can open the Premiere app. Bingo. And then for the vertical stream, we're going to option key, drag it across, boom. And now we got the Premiere app. Get in the middle, dude. There we go. All right, keep it gangster, dog. Keep it gangster. So if I were to, okay, some of the cool things about the Premiere app, as Gretchen would tell you, is you got these YouTube like short maker dudes built in here. Look, here's Brandon.
Doc, it does have the voice enhance in Premiere app.
That was what we was looking for. Okay, so that's in there. So let's do ourselves a flavor. And I'm going to grab a video where I was saying, listen, dude, look at your boy's new jersey. Sick. Take that, Worthy. I know I did a talking video in here recently. There we go. I will grab this one. And then I'll say next. So then, because Premiere has Adobe Podcast Voice Editor.
Please stop scrolling. I need you for one.
Wait, y'all can't hear that. You can hear it through my mic, but not through the system. If I can add the phone, if it shows up. Do.
Okay, I have a question because I'm trying to win an argument with my homie.
All right, so that works. So if I click upon said track and scroll, you got volume, right? You got audio fade, and there you have enhanced speech. So all you want to do is hit that enhanced speech. And then I don't have any background noise in my area, but I wouldn't also go 90. I normally like to do these things about 75%. But if you have background noise, traffic, some of that nature, you can come in here and crank this up a little bit. Be careful of how much you jack background noise up because it will cause you to sound like underwater, and you don't really want to do that. Okay? Yes, Paul, I did say volume because that's just what I said. I always do that. I call volume, right? And the other, we have treble. And we have bass. And you always have to say it with the Chuck D version. You can't say bass. You always have to say bass. How low can you go? Death Row. What a brother know. Once again, back is the incredible, the uncannibal, rhyme animal, the public enemy #1. And you must do the whole entire thing. Or you got to say, I can't get enough of everlasting bass. Those are the two versions. You're allowed to do either one of those. Okay, so now let's listen.
Please stop scrolling. I need you for 1 second. I have a question because I'm trying to win an argument with my homie. Me and my homie been having this conversation about the fact that it seems like...
And that sounds a lot better. So you can also, which is really cool, you can come in here and hit extract audio, right? And so now you're going to be able to speed... Ooh, I didn't see. You're going to be able to speed, reverse, and enhance audio separately. That way, you can even duplicate the audio tracks with this extracted version, because you might need just a second of that. You might need a part where, you know, the thing where I said bass, you might need to keep that and use it as another feature. So yes, Premiere has been doing some updates since I last played with this like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, that alone is worth it because edits just doesn't have the fix the voice. So what I end up doing every freaking time is trying to upload the video to Alphonic on my phone so that Alphonic can fix it and then bring it back. When I send videos to Alphonic, it will fix the sound, but they use an over-aggressive video compressor and it makes the video quality look a little bit more weird, right? But yeah, it's actually doing good. Okay. She said, I tried the trials. Man, listen, I don't want to hear about that damn feature. I can't get it back. It came to me when I was in Japan and I shooshed it away like 3 or 4 times and now I can't get it back. It is driving me crazy. Yes, trials is a trial and it just means that it didn't work. Now, I do this, but I'm telling you it's wrong. If you take the exact same video for IG and put that on YouTube, it will work on one but not the other. Because the behavior on the platforms are completely different. You know what I'm saying? Craig says she's been watching in the bushes. I love that. Oh, I was telling my friends the other day, Paul would know. Paul, do you know about the Embarcadero Bushman? Right? That dude, like when I first saw him, I was in the Bay about 88, 89. No, not that old. It would have been about 97, 98, 99. And I first met him and my friends was like, this dude sits here all day long and just hides in the bushes. And then when people walk by, he scares the crap out of them. Because they didn't tell me at first. We were walking down the street and then he jumps out and he's like in the heli suit, you know, like a Marine sniper suit. And he jumps out and he scares you. And then he'd be like, made you holler, give me $1. So, you know, you basically tip him. And then we would go into the store and order food and we come back outside and we were watching him scare people. And then he's like, yo, this ain't a spectator sport. So he wants you to tip him for watching him, you know, do the thing. Anyway, this dude makes a couple $100,000 a year scaring people on the sidewalk. But, you know, the average person thinks he's homeless. So it's kind of funny. Because never mind. That's what they're talking about. Boom. Dude, you like this, Lou? It's very soft, too. It's very soft. Why did you say 5? You got to come up with something better than 5. What is 5? Let's see. Rich. No, I saw Raph. Hey, Raph. Boom. Easy. Premiere is free, and then there is a monthly component. You can do either or. Right now, I'm not using the premium version. Oh, don't do that, dude. Put this one back on. All right. So I am currently using the free version. This one did drive me a little crazy. Adobe, I already pay you $90 a month for Creative Cloud. Why is Premiere not a part of that? Can you explain it? I mean, I legit give you $90 a month for Creative Cloud. Jerks. And I can see, well, it's separate, but like I have Creative Cloud Plus stock. So I'm not even on the $50-something Creative Cloud. Y'all need to come correct. And I'm not going to generate any AI. So I don't know if I haven't found anything in here that I need in the pro version yet. And yeah, the number one thing that I like about this though is the voice edit. So I tell you what I'll do. It's an extra step. And I try to avoid editing on my phone anyway. But I would just create the video in edits, bring it to here to fix the audio and send it. Are you frozen, Gretchen? Blink twice. Yep, she's frozen. All right. I was like, yo, she good? Somebody
We
called
were
it
talking
defib.
Instagram.
Huh?
What?
Oh yeah, the network in Washington is not
Am I not
working
here?
right now. The network in Washington is not working right now. I was like, man, Gretchen got stuck. Somebody sent her a defibrillator. But I can see now in Zoom you have yellow bars, which means Washington is not being your friend. Anyway, another good thing about this Premiere app, which I think is really cool. If you depending on the type of videos you make, like you can get in here. There's a bunch of stuff that's already set up for you, and in the beginning, you just get into your thing. This video starts out with the OOTD, and then she's like Mary Lou putting her makeup on. So you can get an OOTD template. And you know who could pull this one off? Lou has this kind of light set up in her room. Let's see what the lifestyle ones are. Nice. That is called East Coast Ocean. You can tell by the bushes outside. Now here's what's funny. Looking at these templates, you would think there's no way that these type of videos get a lot of likes. They don't really have a lot to say or do. However, you would be wrong. I'll show you. I did one recently. Oh yeah, here it is. And on IG, this video got what, 850, but on YouTube it's over 2,000 something. So if you find yourself, I just want to share a little quick vignette into what's popping today, what's going on in my world. Mary Lou did one recently where she went to a YouTube event. It's cool when you could just type Mary Lou and you get straight to her feed. Oh my God, look at this. This kid right here.
Invincible, and she's just in the background. And she says, I wish that I could be like the cool kid.
I seen that years ago, but when she first got that camera, but it's still funny. But yeah, she did one recently where she went to an event and she did one of those reels. Maybe she just shared it as a story. But it was kind of amazing. It was a YouTube shopping thing. Yeah, she must have just saved it as a story. But yeah, it was just a quick little vignette, and it absolutely works. Is this it?
People coming together.
Oh no, this is cool.
People dreaming about a better world that could be. People singing together.
Lou, what app did you use to do that? Is this light jump, light cut, or whatever? Anyway, so people like that stuff. Like, don't feel like everything has to be, I just put this camera on and sat here and I said some things and I called it a day. You know what I mean? You can just let it rip. You can just let it rip. Hello, Jules. How you doing? We had an encounter with the Bushman in San Francisco back in 2000. See? Yes. It's super funny. This is why I haven't been editing on my phone, because I go on my iPad and I just use Final Cut on the iPad and it's like, yo, it's like, you know the old Ginsu commercial? Your hands can be used like a knife. I feel like the effectiveness of Creator Studio and just chopping it on the iPad is so much quicker. It's so much quicker. Like, I absolutely love it. Yes, I am signed in. Are you signed in to Pure Mess with your CC account? Yes. I got it and I signed in with no extra cost. You might No, I signed in with my. Let me do it again. Good call, Rich. I'll try it because I was like flabbergoosted, and I was like, "Come on, gangsters, this should be straight." No, I'm signing in with my Gmail. It says it right here. I'll sign out and sign in again, and see what it say. Maybe because I signed into it when it was in beta and it just hasn't signed me out yet. But I'm gonna go back in because I'm with you, Rich. Like I give them people crazy loot. All right, let me see your face. Yes. And because I have stock, I think I get like 4,500 generative AI credits. Use the passkey. All right, I'm trying again because Rich said. Nope, same smell, bro. Same smell. What it's telling me is I got all the standard features, unlimited access, premium features, 0 out of 0 credit, and I am signed in with my proper CC account. So weird. What is AGS? Oh, the genuine service. Yeah, I'll install that later. Yeah, super strange, bro. Super strange. I'm going to hit up Adobe and ask. Because it's kind of crazy. I mean, like, bruh, I'm paying y'all a whole armful. Oh, it wasn't IG. Okay, there it is. It must have been Tickety Talks or YouTube. She did another exploring spot neighborhood. Exactly. I learned a lot about YouTube shopping. Do you have access to this feature? All right, let's see. Let me get out my little text catcher and then copy this link. Then come over to the Chrome, paste in said link, and then say go. Go! On the count of 3. All right, let's back this up. And then, no more and then. Man, where's the browser? I had put this over here. Here we go. Why are you spiralating? Don't spiralate.
Boy, you turn me inside out and round, upside down. Boy, you turn me inside out and round, instinctively.
Look at that. It's such a simple thing to do. You know, nearly 1,000 views. It probably took her, if it's an 18-second reel, it probably took her less than a minute to create that because of like the templates that are built into Premiere or Instagram or whatever. So yeah. You said I signed into Premiere on my phone in my account and I got all the features. Yo, that's weird. What's bugging about my situation? So Rich and Paul, you don't have that page I got? You guys aren't seeing this? Paul, what about when you go to the part about generative credits? You're muted, dude. You're the mod. You're the boss of this whole meeting. What are you doing?
Same as the last show. Check your mic is not under your jumper.
Here, I'm gonna be Paul. He said, check your mic is not under your jumper. I think Karen is jumping rope in the other office. Smalley, you're in there? Yeah, I'm here. Okay. In case it was a burglar, I was going to come out swinging. He's still muted. He said, he gave me the finger. Anyway, yeah, it's really weird. Like, wait, Lou, don't you have Creative Cloud like the full Monty? Can you send me a screenshot of what your back is? Okay.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I sent you a screenshot of what I see.
Hold on. Why'd Paul disappear?
Now, the one thing I did do is I went to Premiere on my Mac and picked, or in Creator Studio, and I went down in the options and I had it send me a link to my phone to get the app. So I don't know if that did anything differently.
All right, let's do that then. Hold on. Let's cheat. Bingo. So you go to apps.
And you have to scroll down.
Boom, boom, boom.
Actually, no, I think it was in Premiere. When I found Premiere, there's an option for the Mac, and then there's a mobile tablet icon.
Here, we just
on
go to
Premiere.
video, and then we go Premiere.
Yeah, click on the mobile up in the upper right-hand corner.
Upper right-hand corner.
No, where the Premiere thing.
Boom. Get the mobile app.
So you see, no, not there. Go up a little bit. You see those two little icons. One says, no, you want to stay in the box where Premiere is.
Oh, right here.
Yep. Click that.
Get the mobile, but I have the mobile app.
I don't know if there's something different about it.
Yo, well, that's just dirty. Let's do it that way. And I hope it doesn't 86. Well, I don't care if it 86 my projects. I'll just do it again. All right, so let me scan this QR code. Focus, Daniel-san. There we go. And all it did was open the app on my phone.
Mm-hmm. And then it prompted me to log in, and then I had credits and everything.
Yo, this is dumb. This is dumb. All right, I'm going to delete the app from my phone. How about that? Premiere, hold the button, delete app. Delete. All right, now I will try the QR code again. That's so weird because I put this thing in when it was in beta, like the day it came out. Okay, download. Bingo. All right, we're going to see Paul. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some in it. All right, boom. We're going to say open. Wadzang. Wada-da-dang. Wada-da-da-dang. Listen to the 9mm go bang. Okay, we're going to hit this. Sign into the Adobe account. Face. Bingo. Same smell.
You're just not valid.
Right? Like absolutely pure insanity. I'm going to have to email Adobe support and be like, look, I think I got friends that work at Adobe's, but I'm going to have to email Adobe support and be like, listen, gangsters, y'all we got two balls. I'm like, y'all are jacking up my life. Because it shouldn't be that way. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, bro. Oh, and Rich asked the question, where did I see it? When you go cheer, and you go cheer, and you go to buy, it says this one, that one. Bingo, 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 bingo. That's where I got it. Upside down, boy, turn me inside out. Round and round. Distinctly, you thank me. And then, I just want to check something. And then, no more and then. I think Mary Lou started me on that. And it's been in my head all week. Let's see.
You mean the and then thing?
Yeah.
That was from your experience with in Leap. That was one of the.
No. That's yes and. That's normal.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Never mind.
Yeah, that's yes and. That and then comes from a movie called Dude, Where's My Car? And they go to the restaurant and they're ordering food and the lady and the lady on the phone, I mean, not on the phone, but in the car situation is like, you want to order this, and they order something, and you know, like at the restaurant, you don't order enough food. They always come at you to order some more. So she's like, and then, and so they added something else, and she's like, and then they added something else, and she's like, and then, and so yeah, that's where that came from. Why you don't work? Why you don't work? I got a secret. Oh, I got a secret. Dude, what are you doing? You're not working. Oh. No more and then. Okay, I got it. All right, move this out the way. And then, listen. So I know it's not the account. Let's see if that works. Come on. Oh my God.
Did you use all your credits?
No, that's exactly what I was doing just now. It didn't work. You punk. See? I used 110. So that's not it either.
Should have a couple left over.
That's what I'm saying. It's so crazy. I signed in and out twice, Lou. It's not working. Yo, but I have them credits, Rich. I got like 4,000 of them joints. Oh, wait. I'm going to see what Paul's screenshots look different from mine. Did you text of it or you put it in chat?
I message it to you.
Okay. See, yo, Paul got it. Yo, this is crazy, fam. What the heck? Adobe, we about to have fisticuffs up in this piece. Paul has it, you guys. Look, not that big, dude. Paul has it. Boom. Look, and I have higher credits because I have stock. You know what I'm saying? Right? I had like an additional 500 some odd credits. And yours resets in 2 days. It's crazy, bro. Like I really don't. Boom. I'm not seeing my credits, Poppy. Because if you see this, I got the credits, fam. It's in the building. Yeah, I'm not going to use them. But you know what it is, right? When you don't, when you're supposed to have some and you ain't got it. Okay, listen, y'all gonna laugh. Somebody keep Yolanda from passing out. And we went to the dinner, and they brought out the plate, and everybody got their little steak. They got the chicken. They got the potatoes, little dessert, the whole 9 yards. If my broccoli was missing from my plate, I don't even eat that. But I'd be like, hey, bitch, where's my broccoli? Why did I not get it? Maybe I want to give my extra one to Yolanda. So I still would feel gypped if I'm paying $100 for this plate. Give me my broccoli. I ain't going to eat it. I'll go, Yolanda, you eat this crap. And then I'll take the steak because she ain't going to eat the steak. See, we can 50-50. We can split it up. Yeah. Click the crown. Man, Lou, I wouldn't tell Rich to click your crown. You don't know what he might do. Dude, where's my car? Yeah, Premiere Mobile is free 99. June said, what did June said? Oh, see, Rich got 4,000 credits. Say you want to get it on credit, forget it. Who knows that song? If they ask for credit, forget it. See, I'm gonna see where my real G's at. Boom, boom. It says the video is not available anymore, Juin. Why did it say that? Why did it say that? Let me try this again. Maybe my copy didn't copy the copy.
Worked for me.
Yeah, I'm saying maybe I use Tech Sniper. Maybe Tech Sniper didn't grab it all the way. So, I got a secret, and I got a secret. Where did that song come from? Why is it in my head? Oh, I know what he did. Dude, I can't play that. You trying to get me in trouble? Hey, they're doing this just to make you crazy with FOMO. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, dude, the premiere thing is like, it's absolutely incredible. All right, gang, I'm gonna give you all a couple more minutes to question away. If you have any questions, please do them, because then I gotta go get ready for class. But yes, if you didn't learn nothing else today, get yourself one of these joints. This is good. It's called the Wavelink. There's a couple different brands, but I like this one because it's 5 gigabits per second and you can actually plug in power. So that means when you're doing like stuff on your phone and you have like me, a cable just chilling in your office ready to plug in at any moment in time. Like right now, you know what? I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you why you want to cable your phone. I made a short about this, but to me, it's absolutely incredible. Okay, watch me cook. Wrong. Where'd it go? Why he crazy? Oh, you know why? It stopped. That's the problem. Hold on. NDI H6 capture. I wish you didn't have to turn on NDI H6 capture. It should just be built into iOS. That would make life way cooler. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. All right, watch. So we're gonna go here. Boom. See where it says Wi-Fi? If I click on Ethernet, boom, you can see the Ethernet thing is attached. So if I go to General software update, let it do a little thing. It's spiraling. Ooh. The Ethernet is attached. Oh, you can't. When the Ethernet is attached normally, in the little bar at the top, you can actually see the doohickey, but you can't see the doohickey right now because I'm recording. Anyway, this is a 2 gig dealio. And if I say download that sucker now, it's going to download that sucker over the cable. And even though the Apple servers, especially when new updates come out, tend to be slow as Methuselah, yo, it flies to download the updates. I love this question. Huh?
There's 2 variations of that wavelength.
Yes.
Which one?
Two variations of the wavelength. Let's go to the Brazor. And then, God damn it, Mary Lou. She said it on Tuesday. And so now it's up in my dome. WAVELINK 5 GB ETHERNETDONGLE. I got this one. And the difference is Wavelink 5G USB adapter for Mac OS and iPad OS. This one, does it have a power delivery socket? No. So that's why I didn't get this one. It didn't have a power delivery socket. So that's
when I went in to look at it. Yeah, when I went in to look at it, it shows down in the description, it shows 2 options, a 340G and a 340GD. One's 2754 and the other one's 3134.
How's yours cheaper than mine?
I live in the United States.
You're such a dick. This one is Thunderbolt compatible, so that explains why this one is. But actually, this one is Thunderbolt compatible, and it comes with 100-watt input. I think the one I got has 60-watt input. I have to double check it. Anyway, I'll double check it in a second. So this one is 95-watt output, which is good for notebooks. I don't use a notebook, so it didn't matter. Well, I do have a notebook, but my notebook's 65 watts. So this one is cool. You know what? Let's check that. 5G, aluminum housing. All right, let's go back one. I
Looks like
think
the difference
these
between the
two
ones
are-
I'm looking at
I
and
think
chipset.
these two are the same, right? And then this is the one that I got. It had the 8157 chipset.
Okay.
So this one is not Thunderbolt, but oh, this is the one you're talking about. That's also 8157. It also says
Yeah.
it is USB 3.2.
How much is it for you?
Well, you're looking at them. I got this one.
It's fuzzy.
It says $32.99.
I have it for 31.
Dude, the Amazon pricing is racist.
It's that water charge.
Yo, but the difference again between this one and the one higher is actually Thunderbolt compatible, which is good. But because I'm trying to use it with my phone, I don't think I would get the Thunderbolt compatible one because it says MacBook Pro, Air, iPad, Dell XPS, whatever. Where you see this one, it says Mac OS, iPad OS, and more. I know for a fact that this one works on a phone because it's not the Thunderbolt version. Phones aren't Thunderbolt yet. Your iPad is. You know what I mean? Why this one and this one is different, I can't see it unless this one doesn't have the power delivery. See, it says you purchased another variation. And let's see that. Yeah, this one doesn't look like it has power delivery. So, yeah, the cheaper one doesn't have the power delivery. So when you see the D stands for PD. See
Gotcha.
that?
I see that now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's also an Anchor version. If you have proclivities to Anchor, they have not that one. There was a more powerful Anchor version, but I just got a Wavelength because I like the fact that it had the PD action. So if I click this one, I saw the Anchor one. It said pick a similar to. Oh, definitely don't get the Amazon Basics one. Not that there's something wrong with Amazon Basics, but for this, you want something a little bit more beefy. I would go Ugreen, Belkin, Wavelength, OWC, Pluggable. I don't know if I would rock the Amazon Basic. See, this one is cool, man. I might have to get a Thunderbolt one. Look, Paul, you got me tripping. Why? Why he got me tripping? Anyway, in that time while we were goofing off, the doohickey over here, it actually pulled down the entire update already. And it's trying to do the update, so it killed the camera source. Like, it just works way faster when you leave it plugged in this way. Also, I like doing it this way because it's less likely to have a hang up hiccup. You know what I mean? Because it's actually plugged all the way in. So let's go to Mary Lou's question. She said, what's a piece of gear you don't use anymore but has a special place in your heart? I have so many. But I will show you. I will show you. It's on the floor. Real thugs get down on the floor. Let me get rid of Paul. I gotta make a space. Oh. Ooh, he just dropped it. Okay, so in this here case, it's heavy. This is AKG solid tube microphone. I like it. Number one, it comes in a James Bond case. There would definitely be falling if I don't move this stuff. We can't have that. Okay, let me open it. Ain't she's a beauty. So this is known as a tube microphone. It's very amazing sounding. And this was my dad's. And when I first started doing YouTube podcasts many, many moons ago, I used to shoot my podcast with this beast. Way overkill. Like way overkill for shooting a podcast. But it was between this and another Sony microphone, the 800. And yeah, this is it, Mary Lou. It's pretty. And now that everybody is on to the old analog type situation, there's a lot of like falling back in love with analog going on. Caleb showed me the most incredible like analog e-writer / typewriter type thing. And yeah, this is it though. This would be, I might have to fire this sucker up and get the tubes hot today because Mary Lou brought it up. Yeah, this is sick. Rich, listen, the big Kensington mouse ball thing. I remember the pool hall over here used to have to hide the balls because all the 8 balls kept disappearing. And I definitely had one with an 8 ball in it. One of my first logos that June ever drew for me was me with the 8 ball because that was my thing. 8's my lucky number, so 8 ball was kind of my thing. People used to always steal the 8 balls. Gretchen said it was a camera that grandmother gave her, like 10 bellows. Wow. Oh, it's back there. Don't, oh my God, girl, you almost knocked it over. Please don't do that. Look at that. That is a beauty. Dude, that is sick. I have a Zenith bellow camera over here. It's hiding in the drawer.
I have another one too over here, but this one was hers. This is from the 30s. And
so when Paul was born?
Yeah. And I was going to camp and I didn't have a camera. And she told me I could take this, showed me how to use it, what to do. She and my grandfather used to have a dark room in their house. And she never asked for it back.
That's cool that they had a dark room. We had a moonshine room.
Yeah, she used to talk about all the things that they developed in that dark room. Embarrassed the hell out of my dad.
Yeah, that's saying they developed your dad. That's how you got here. That was mean. Yolanda's like, what did I come back here for? That is so cool. Let's see. What's up, Hirsch? What is up, Flo? Tommy said an SE30 with a 20 megabyte internal drive. Yes. Hershey said that's a tough choice. You just found one of the turbo mice on 25 bones. Rich, let me ask you this question. Do you remember Griffin Technologies had this thing and it was the big knob? Do you remember the big knob? It was one of the coolest things that you could get for your Mac and you could program it and then it went away. Rich said, Gretchen, did you stand there with the big flashbang smoke thing in the air when you take the picture? You guys don't know this, but American Gothic, Paul's job was to make sure that the fork was clean. so, you got that joke, Aubrey? That's very good. That was very good. Thank you, Aubrey. She's the only one that understood that joke. Dude, that knob thing was so cool. Like that was clutch. And it doesn't work anymore, so I got rid of it. But one of my old pieces of tech, which I absolutely love, was my OG Wacom tablet. And it always drove me crazy that everybody used to call them Wacom. It's Wacom because Wa is short for Japan, Japan's original company name. Hence Wagyu, not Wagyu, Wagyu, Wacom. Wacom means Japanese computer. Wagyu means Japanese beef. Boom. Yo, the iCurve acrylic laptop stand. You know what else an old piece of tech that I really missed and I just loved because it was pretty. And I swear, we used to leave it on the counter at our store. We had a Cube. And the Cube, to me, was one of the most beautiful computers ever. It was problematic little piece of crap, but it's such a beautiful computer. The Cube was just gorgeous. And when you have your Cube out, I would like to get my hands on one that wasn't faded and try to turn it into an M4. Cube was absolutely incredible piece of tech. I just love that thing. You could just put it in like a little bag and carry it with you. All right, I'm gonna go eat my snack and then come back for class. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yolanda, you gonna come to class today? Oh God, we in trouble. We are in trouble. Do you guys
I'll
know
be there.
if Alicia took Winnebago driving class yet? She's gonna be out here with her 18-wheeler.
Maybe why she's not here, she's out driving.
Out driving, yeah. She's getting herself ready for her little road trip. Someone did put a Mac Mini in a Cube body. Oh, that would be gangster. That was such an incredible piece of tech. I think it would be funny to put, because you know the logic board on the M4 Mini is actually small. It'll be interesting to put one like either in a studio display or just tucked nicely to the back of a studio display where you hardly could see it. Because we used to have the big 30-inch studio display, and the 30-inch studio display with the freaking Mac Mini on it would just be incredible. He's got better displays out now, so it maybe wouldn't be as cute as you think, but
I worked at SGI.
I like when people do weird stuff.
When I worked at SGI, they used to put the espresso machines in an Indigo case. So it looked like an Indigo, but it was an espresso machine.
Would you put coffee machine in the Indigo case? That's crazy. That's super crazy. All right, fam. I will see you guys on Tuesday with myself and the incredible Mary Lou. I don't know if she's still paying attention, but Tuesday we have to go like 8:15 to 9. So we got to fly. So we got to come in ready to kick it. The reason why I have a meeting with YouTube right after that about some Secret Squirrel stuff, but it's going to be at 9, so we're going to fly on Tuesday. So y'all better not be late. Y'all got to come early. Matter of fact, as soon as I finish the flow, I'll start it, and I'll just wait for Mary Lou to pop up. I won't have time to get up and stretch, anything of that nature. But yeah, come through. Class happening a little bit. And yeah, appreciate you. Thanks, Hirsch. Good to see you, boss. Good to see you. Thanks everybody that came through. Vertical Squad, thank you guys for coming and checking it out. I appreciate it. And you know the best part about Vertical Squad is always good for one dislike. For no reason. They just probably went, I was like, oh look, I know what it was. It was the guy that we kicked out because he thought
You're 2 for 2. The last two verticals.
every
You've
time.
banned
is
somebody.
good. Vertical time is good for unlike, and it's good for band practice. That's what we're going to call vertical. It's called band practice. Aubrey, you seen what Paul just did? You missed out. Oh yeah, sure, that's what it is. Give him the wink.
The other Paul.
Yeah, we know. All right, gang. See you guys. Peace out. A-Town Stomp. Where's my little doohickey?
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine.